morning, people! Welcome back to another episode of Dia and Gertie Explore the World.
We're the Grant family, a family of four, living, traveling, and adventuring full-time in our RV.
This week's adventure, we traveled to San Antonio, Texas, and explored the Dia De Los Muertos Festival.
Dia De Los Muertos Festival. Dia of the Dead Festival.
Welcome back to another episode of Dia and Gertie Explore the World. For those of you who don't know, my name is Jeff, and I am joined today by my lovely, beautiful, and amazing, talented wife, Monica, and the stars of the show,
Dean, and my wonderful little sister, Gertie.
Gertie, King of Beans, Mr. Dean, Gigi, Gigi Moss, Goo Goo, Googly Moogly, all of the above. She'll answer any of them.
Dean needs to tell you something. I'm the King of Beans!
Dean is the King of Beans. Alright, so in this episode, we traveled to
San
Antonio, Texas, and we explored the
Day of the Dead Festival.
The Day of the Dead Festival. Dia De Los Muertos. The Day of the Dead Festival. It was pretty awesome. By happen chance, Monty and I kind of ran into some folks at Goose Island State Park when we were down in Texas, and we were asking them, hey, what should we do for the Halloween time frame? And they kind of mentioned a couple of things, and so we put our party pants on and we hauled up to San Antonio.
Military City is what they call it.
You know, so we went to San Antonio and we explored the Dia De Los Muertos Festival. It was awesome. It was probably.
It was one of the. I'm gonna say it was one of the second most largest festivals I've been to, I think.
The second largest festival you've been to?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty awesome because this happened to be the largest Day of the Dead Festival in the United States. Probably a couple 100,000 people there. I might be wrong, but it might have been more than that. But it was absolutely packed. And it was so much fun. And so in our video, we're going to kind of let you guys see what we explored during the day, and we were able to see lots of shrines, altars. Tell us a little bit about what they can expect to see.
All right, so the Day of the Dead is a celebration of life, celebration of your loved one, and it's all about putting out altars and their favorite things and their favorite foods and pictures of them to remember them and to feed their spirit, and so that they will always be able to come back and visit you for the Day of the Dead. It is definitely a celebration of life, so it's not the scary thing that people think of. There are altars for all kinds of different,
oh man, there was one there for Pee Wee Herman was there.
Yeah.
There's Bobby, the girl that created Barbie.
Yeah. So anybody who had any of the famous people that had kind of recently passed away, there was an altar for them. Plus, just dozens and dozens of other loved ones that had one set up for. A gentleman had set one up for drunk drivers, victims of drunk driving, which was a really cool altar to kind of see. Beyond that, I mean, there was face painting, there was food, there was bands, there was multiple stages. There was a huge playground.
Yeah, but I was sick and didn't climb it all, but I want to go back there and try it again.
Yeah.
There was like this huge slide, and the kids were coming all down, and I'm like, let me do this later.
Tons of sugar skulls.
Yeah.
And colors and.
We put on our party pants, called Grandma, Marva, and Grandpa Rod.
Yeah, we met Grandma and Grandpa there.
Went down there and had some fun.
Yep, and we literally sat right on the river as the floats. There was a float parade in the river, and we were literally right on the edge of the water.
I would have done this. I would just fall inside the water.
You would have fallen in the water if you would have leaned forward.
Shout out to Grandma and Grandpa Grant for attending the Dia De Dead Festival with us. A huge thank you.
Yeah, it was the first time for them too, and I think they had a good time. We obviously it was the first time for us, and we learned a lot about that culture, and just had an amazing time. I would say we would definitely go back.
Oh, I would totally go back. There's so much I think that we didn't see because it was downtown, and it was our first time being at the festival, and our first time being in San Antonio. And so there was just so much to see. The city is beautiful. I don't know if you guys have been there or not, but the city is amazing. The people were amazing, and the costumes were beautiful. So I think it's a definite must if you're traveling through. Check them out and enjoy some celebrations of the Dia De Los Muertos.
Yeah, so
let's go check it out.
Yeah, let's go check it out. I think that's a great idea. So again, we had an amazing time at the Dia De Los Muertos festival there in San Antonio. The place was absolutely packed. Marigolds, butterflies, lots of colors, lots of face paint. There were tons of people down there. Absolutely hundreds of thousands of people packed the street. It was like, 6 blocks of just stuff or whatever, but then the entire river, which you'll see later, it was big.
I don't even know that we saw all of it. I mean, we saw what was mainly in that one square downtown, but then there were other spots that we didn't even get to. They really, really did an amazing job showcasing this festival.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, there were these statues that were kind of all over the place. They had dozens of these giant skulls that artists from the community had painted, that they had commissioned. And then obviously all of these altars. As we said, there was one for Pee-wee, which was this one here, which was pretty cool, for Paul Rubin. Cherry and the dinosaur and all that stuff. It was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, these were really cool, seeing the pictures of loved ones. These were altars that were put up to remember family members that had passed away. One of the beautiful things about this festival is that you get to remember your loved one with humor, and you get to remember the things that they loved, and you get to remember the things about them every year, so you don't ever have to forget about it. This was that altar that Jeff talked about for the victims of drunk driving. There is the monarch butterfly travels from North America to South America every year for mating. So the butterfly takes a huge part of this whole festival, because the butterfly is a semblance of the loved ones returning home. So I mean, it's just such a beautiful festival. It's a beautiful way to celebrate life and
everybody was dressed up.
Yeah.
I wish we would have had more time to do some of the fun things like that, but I mean, there were people doing face paintings, and there were a couple of Paul Rubin altars there. This was another one that was set up there. But yeah, there were sections where people were just doing face paintings. There was all kinds of fresh fruit vendors, food vendors, all kinds of stuff that was down there that I wasn't expecting to see. This was Gertie's favorite,
Barbie.
Yeah, I wish I could remember her name, but I can't right now. So I apologize to you.
I apologize. Just search it up on Google if you want to know her name.
Hey, there was one for Betty White and all the gals from
Golden Girls.
That was pretty
Wait,
funny.
who is Betty White, actually?
Oh, we have failed as parents. Absolutely failed.
Who was Betty?
That's our next one.
Yeah. There was Wish. That was cool. Disney had
Wish was
a
coming
booth
out.
set up, so Wish was about ready to come out. And they allowed the kids to draw a picture, and then in return for the picture, what did you get?
hat and some stickers and a plushie. I have a plushie that Dan wants to steal from me.
Yep, they gave her a plushie, they gave us a backpack, they gave Dean a hat, a bunch of stickers. They were down there doing some publicity for the movie, had a big stand set up, let all the kids take pictures and draw cartoon colors, and then they get to turn it in and they could...
That's their playground.
I'm not sure why we showed this.
I like the playground so much. It was just so fun. That is where you climb up and
I don't think you guys enjoyed that.
We did.
Did you?
Yes.
No way.
No.
I climbed the playground there. It was really fun. And you got to climb up and climb down and climb up and climb down.
I mean,
so you got to slide and then you would have slid down.
everybody looks awful. They look so miserable.
Yeah.
There's Gertie climbing up.
I mean, I thought it was so boring, we ended up there like 3 or 4 times that day.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't boring. That was fun. I want to go back there and play again.
Notice in this one who's where. Like.
Look, I'm over there. Also,
No, the playground was absolutely awesome. It was huge, right downtown, right in the middle of the festival. There were literally hundreds of kids all over this thing. We visited the playground a few times during the daytime. There were these giant rope kind of ladders that were made of wires, so they weren't really going anywhere. There was multiple slides, swings, ropes, everything that you could possibly imagine at this playground. It was
San
cool.
Antonio did an amazing job making a park that is family friendly for their community to be able to come out and enjoy throughout the year. So I was
Didn't on one side they had like giant checkerboards or
places where you could sit and play chess.
yeah, they had chess.
also,
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So that was all kind of in the playground area that you could...
And it wasn't just for the event. It literally is just a fixture of downtown San Antonio. That's the sculptures. These are some of the sculptures that are downtown.
Yeah, there were
And
like
so
20 or 30
much.
or even maybe more than that. I don't know how many there were. I couldn't get video of all of them, but they were ornately decorated and painted by local artists. That was pretty
It
cool.
was
And then they
beautiful.
had things like this set up where you could get pictures or you could get your face painted. It was really fun. And not just the skulls, but these other things too, like this wolf lion thing.
Those are the animals.
Yeah, I don't even know.
chupacabra, I think.
Animals of the African.
Chupacabra. It might have been a chupacabra.
It's not a chupacabra, it's a chupacabra.
Chupacabra.
Also, Dan liked my plushie of Wiz so much that in the hotel he actually tried to steal from me. There's a dragon, sword, kangaroo thing, a dog. Kangaroo.
Kangaroo dog, wolf.
These animals are fantastical creatures that resemble dragons, lizards, and other mythological creatures that are in the afterlife with their loved ones. So
Awesome.
that is why they're painted the way they are. That is why they do not look like your regular dog that you walk every day.
Yeah.
This is where the parade was. This
Yeah,
is the
so
river walk.
from kind of transitioning, we were there. It was a very, very long day, y'all. So, I mean, it started in the morning. We went down there. We kind of walked around. We got to see all the things. And then as the sun went down, then we kind of had to find our place. We lucked out, honestly. We got some amazing tickets. We did have to buy tickets to sit right on the river. It wasn't very much. I want to say it was like $20 or $30 per person to sit down there. The music was bumping. We were right by the main stage area. And so as the floats kind of came through the main stage area, we were the first people that they saw coming out of the main stage. And we got to sit right on the river. As Gertie said, if she would have leaned forward, bloop, she would have been right in the water.
My grandma always told me, do not lean forward, you will fall forward.
We couldn't even stand up. We were so close. I mean, look how close we are to these floats. There were maybe
jump and maybe reach on the one. If that's how far I could jump.
there were a couple that were so close we could have probably stepped right on. How many floats were there?
Like 30 something.
30 something? Yeah, I think you're right. Probably 30, 35.
Yeah. Also, if you see on the bridge, there's a skeleton dancing up there.
There's not just one skeleton. Those are puppets. Those are giant puppets. There's a man underneath each of those puppets that's moving around, that's making them move, and they're lit up.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
That was
to
pretty
see.
cool.
They were really
And they were vibing. I mean, and there weren't just those three. They were everywhere. They were all over the downtown. They had these giant stick type things that were controlling them up on top of their shoulders. And I mean, they looked like they were 20 feet tall. Giant skeletons dancing and a couple of other things. But it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I absolutely loved the floats. They were so cool. They were even lit up. Girls are like dancing on them.
And all the Catarina's.
Halloween. And they were playing drums. There's a huge sign that says Visit, I think, San Antonio.
Yep. So all of the floats were sponsored by local businesses. You did have, Modelo had one, Contro had one, Visit
The city of San
San
Antonio.
Antonio had one. There was a Pride one. There, so everybody had an opportunity to kind of get out there, display and their business and their artistic talent. There were some of the floats that just had bands or dance troops. Mariachi. There was all kinds of stuff. There was one that had like a couple of wrestlers on it, which would come up. This was a drum
group.
Drum band.
Yeah, unfortunately, we couldn't really play their music. So
I know. I wish we could play some of it.
If you're in this band and we don't showcase you, it's not because we don't love you.
It's because YouTube doesn't really want us to play your music. No, I don't know. Well, just YouTube rules. So.
What was great about this was that Dean and Gertie were able to sit there and they were entertained the entire time. So it was well worth it to watch this parade. Now, there was a little girl that was behind us that was probably 1 or 1.5, maybe 2. She was still enjoying the whole festivities as well. So it is a family-friendly event.
Walking up to me and high-fiving me at this moment.
Yep.
It was the funnest time I had. Maybe she was just trying to punch you.
Definitely was a family-friendly event. Definitely was a lot of fun. And I highly recommend getting down there. Here's a Pepsi float.
Sugar Skulls.
Sugar
We sat right in front of one of the restaurants. So as if anybody's been down there or hasn't been down there, the Riverwalk, there's restaurants and bars and other shops there, hotels. But as the seating sits right on there, you're either right in front of one of those local establishments. And luckily for us, we had a deck and a pavilion that was sitting right up behind us, one of the restaurants. So you could go up there, we could get soda, we could get beer, we could get drinks.
We could get food if we wanted to.
We could have got food. So that was pretty cool. We sat there, we had a couple of drinks, a glass of wine. I think Grandma and Grandpa had a glass of wine. And we were able to watch the floats and have a good time.
Now, we did take a lift down there because parking can be a bit tricky. So we did not drive. We did go down with some Lyft drivers, which were amazing.
Yeah.
And then we just walked around the downtown.
They dropped us off literally right at the entrance to the festival. So that was pretty cool. We all hopped out of the car and walked through the entrance point. That was pretty awesome.
Nothing like having somebody else deal with that headache.
Yeah. Well, and, as we said, we did take on a couple of adult beverages at the end of the night, so having somebody drive us home safely was pretty awesome as well.
Yeah.
I really loved how ornate and the detail that they put into some of these floats. And every single one of them had music, had lights, had people dancing, and
I liked how they.
I mean, the whole city was just celebrating.
And also,
that was awesome.
The MC of the event was very, very good. He was lively. He was entertaining. He was counting out each sponsor, everybody that was a part of it, keeping the joy and the happiness going, keeping everybody moving. And he really did a good job.
And he was a really nice guy. We happened to cross paths at the end of the night. We were sitting there waiting for our lift to come pick us up, and he had crossed over in front of us, so I stopped him and I told him how awesome a job he did, and had a really nice conversation with him, so kudos to them. The city put on just an absolutely amazing festival, and I hope that we get a chance to go there.
I loved how the lights were on the walls and they shined off into the water.
San Antonio, like I said, they showed out, man. You guys
that
did awesome.
That was pretty cool. As the boats went by, all the flickering lights in the water.
In the water. It looked like something was in the water.
Pretty cool. Dragon.
it's laid it up, so no, it's not 2,000.
And it was cool how it changed colors. So as you looked at the dragon, like one time it was red, then it was blue.
Green, purple, blue, all the colors in the rainbow.
Yeah.
And I loved how some of the arches had some of the boats had arches where the driver was in the front, and one of the boats actually went right on the wall, right in front of us earlier in the video,
yeah.
And the girl said, "I love your costume."
Yeah, for the
Wow.
float drivers to be able to drive with everybody dancing on, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Here's the military city float. Like I said, there is branches of the military down there. It is a huge, huge military city. If you do not know that, then you got to do some homework on San Antonio.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I didn't realize until we got down there, like the how big the military presence was there in San Antonio, and they definitely reflected that within all of the things that happened throughout the city. And it was cool to see that they came out and they supported this as well.
Yep. Proud of that. It's an all-girl mariachi band.
All of the giant skeletons and the statues. Yeah.
I think that one is a dinosaur one.
There is one later that has a dinosaur. And, that kind of wraps up the parade. And then we went back downtown at the end of the night. And I wish that we would have had a little bit more time downtown. It's...
DJs and
it
music.
It was crazy down there. A little bit too much for these little guys. But as they maybe get older, we can come down and show them the rest of the party.
Yeah, as we were walking out, people were dancing in the streets. I mean, kids were dancing. Adults were dancing. It was a party.
It was about ready to go down.
It was
They were
great.
all headed to the big stage. I don't remember who the big performer was. That was some of those things that we had seen during the day that were all lit up at the end of the night. That was really cool to kind of see them change and transform. And again, we hope that you all enjoyed seeing our exploration there of the Dia De Los Muertos. We'll
Enjoy this culture. It's
Never
awesome.
stop exploring. Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that as much as we did.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope you did enjoy that as much as we did. We had the best time in San Antonio. I mean, not only did we visit other things, which we've got some future videos coming up. We visited the Alamo. We went to the San Antonio Zoo. What else did we do?
Davy Crockett's.
No, that's
Well, we saw
another thing.
Davy Crockett. We saw that stuff at the Alamo. Yeah.
Alamo.
We did the river walk tour, or the boat tour there. We've got videos for all that stuff that will pop up here at some point in time, so y'all can kind of see our full adventure of San Antonio. But for this one, obviously we focused on the Dia De Los Muertos festival, Day of the Dead festival there in San Antonio. Huge one.
It was a big mind blower.
Lots of people. It was a mind blower for you?
I think if you pause it at the right time, you can actually see Gertie's costume as a skeleton and Bruno on a wall. If you pause it at the right time.
Yeah. Well, and you got to color the thing for Wish, and yeah. So that was pretty cool. What would you say, Monty, was your favorite part of the festival altogether?
I would say the artistry of the whole festival. There was everything from sculptures to paintings to paper mache. There was some really talented people down in San Antonio that really showed up and showed out. And just seeing the city come together
Yeah.
in such a great way, and everybody, like, again, was so amazing.
Yeah, I would
the city
say
of San Antonio was great.
the culture there, and it wasn't just one demographic. I mean, it was everybody from everywhere, all over the place.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite things was, well, I had two favorite things really. They did an amazing job on those floats, and every single one of those floats was so bright and vibrant, and all the colors and the dancing, the dresses and all of that stuff. So that was pretty cool. But then the other part that I liked was after the festival, when we went downtown and we got to see all of those statues that they had, and the lights, the LEDs that were in them, and they changed colors, so it looked like a different rabbit unicorn thing every time you looked at it. That was cool.
Yeah.
What was your favorite?
My favorite thing was probably the float, and one of the girls on the float waved to me.
Yeah,
And
she
said,
did.
I like your costume.
Yeah,
She didn't
yeah.
say I like it. She said I love it.
Yeah, she said she loved it. What was your favorite part, Dean? What, the food, the music, the party?
I think I have two favorite parts. The party at night and the party. I'm gonna say the party, and it was like the party and the playground, I think.
The playground? Yeah, well, you did have
the playground. Or the playground and the monuments of the dead.
Well, again, we love to talk, so we would sit here all night and chat with y'all, but hopefully you had as much fun with us on that one, and we'll continue to kind of hang out. What do they need to do, Dean?
Like and subscribe.
What do they need to do, Gertie?
We haven't missed it. You guys have to find the like and subscribe.
Mission critical. Find that like and subscribe button. Click it, punch it in the face,
Do this.
pick its nose, whatever you have to do.
Ring
like
the bell and follow us for more
Ring the
adventures
bell.
like this.
Yep.
And
Monty, you got any final words before we peace out?
No, thanks for
never
your
stop
time, guys. That's
exploring.
awesome.
Yeah. And never stop dancing.
All right, y'all. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.